Hey guys, welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks so much for being here and for being subscribed. If you're not, go ahead and hit that button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit that like button. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this podversation. Listen, guys, I want to play this clip of Tasha K and I'm going to play this clip of Cardi B. I listened to the majority of Tasha K's video when she just did a live and she was just reaching out to her followers, talking about things with regards to her family and things that she's gone through. She actually had a live event in Miami last weekend and I actually was going to go, but I wasn't able to make it. I was speaking at an event on the 20th in my hometown. So, and I already made that a commitment earlier this year. So I wasn't going to back out of it to be there, but I'm happy to hear that it turned out well. But these are the types of things that make me see Tasha K as a human being over the personality that a lot of people hate and despise, because I know that there are a lot of people that don't like her and they feel that she should just rot and that she should suffer for the rest of her life because of things that were said about Cardi B, and that she deserves every penny of the $4 million judgment. But listen, guys, I never believed that. I felt like the judgment was unfair. I felt like the amount was extremely unequitable. And I didn't feel that that was what defamation of character lawsuits and courts are supposed to do. That's not the way it's supposed to work. But listen, I'm not going to get into all of that. I want to play this clip because, to be honest with you, I'm not even going to lie. And I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't know Tasha K. I don't work for her. I'm not on her payroll. She probably doesn't even know I exist. And I don't do the content when I do it, hoping that she's going to catch wind of it and shout me out or anything like that. So if anybody thinks that, it doesn't really matter what people think, but that's not my intention. I have said it, no matter who I am discussing on my platform, I try my best to be on the side of right. And I never condoned Cardi B being spoken about in a negative light. And I don't come to my platform and talk about her negatively either. I say I don't care for her music, and I don't. It's just not my cup of tea. But she's not the only one in that genre that I don't listen to. So it has nothing to do with her personally. I just don't care for that type of music. That's me. But anyway, when I heard Tasha K say this, I really was, because this is something that when I discuss this unequitable judgment, in my opinion, I don't just talk about it. I actually do pray about it, because I did not want to see this woman destroyed. I did not want to see her family destroyed. I don't want to see the people that are connected to her destroyed. And these judgments and things like that, going through bankruptcy, that's not easy. First of all, it's not something that people are bragging about doing. No one really wants to have to go that route. It's called protection, bankruptcy protection. And like she said, I'm going to put a link to it in the description box. If you want to listen to the entirety of it, you can. But like I was saying, filing for bankruptcy protection, there are different chapters of it. And not every chapter is about trying to wipe everything away. What she was doing was trying to preserve and protect her business so that she would not have to completely shut everything down, because there are other people that are connected to her. And when people say, well, she should have thought about that before she said what she said, listen, we're all freaking human beings. And this is why I actually do like her, because when she shows the human side of her over the persona of Tasha K, but like she said, Latasha, Transrena, Harris, Kibi, the human, the mother, the wife, the person with a heart, the person who went through childhood issues that she's still dealing with through now, and seeing things evolve with her own mother and things like that. She spoke about when Cardi B made a statement on social media, which I did not discuss because I actually just was praying in the background. I was not going to come in here and make a story about it. There were some people that did, but she made a story. She made a story. I'm sorry. She made a post on social media saying how she just wanted to put a bullet through her head. Now, I have compassion and I have a heart. I may not like Cardi B's music and not even care for some of her attributes of how she has handled things on social media with other people. But being the wife of someone who has been clinically diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder, I'm a wife of a veteran, so I actually deal with PTSD by proxy as well. I've seen someone put a gun to their head before, and that's not a good thing. So I would never, ever make light of anything like that. But when I heard Tasha K say that she reached out to Cardi B, honestly, that was like an answer to my prayers, because I've been praying about this because, one, I have a heart. I have compassion. I don't believe that the judgment was equitable and fair, and I didn't want to see her destroyed. Neither do I want to see Cardi B just have to deal with the effects of things that were said about her. I just didn't feel that Tasha K was the main culprit and only culprit of any things that she might have been experiencing in terms of her confidence level, in terms of her mental stability, dealing with PTSD, anxiety. Like, I have no idea, and none of us do, what it is to be put in the spotlight in such a very fast manner, where you're pretty much considered an A-list celebrity, and then you have all of these expectations on you where you just feel like, I don't really want to put anything out there, and it doesn't amount to the level of praise that I got when I initially was catapulted to the level of stardom and celebrity. So I'm just going to pull back. And then when I do put things out there and it's criticized, she definitely is extremely, extremely emotional, and she will share a lot of that on social media. I mean, I really don't know what that's like. And I have compassion for someone that would say something like that. Although I saw comments of people didn't really believe her, and they just thought she was just doing it because of the project that she was putting out there and wanted people to have sympathy for or whatever. But I would never make light of something like that, because the one time that you do and then that person decides to do that, how could you really live with yourself? And like I said, because I have seen it with my own eyes, that's not a good thing. And that's nothing that I desire or wish for anyone. I don't care if I don't even like them. And I don't know her to not like her. But I want to play this clip because I literally have been praying, not every day and intentionally. I want people to think I'm going in my prayer closet and just, spending hours in my day praying for Tasha K and Cardi B's situation. That's not what I'm saying. But I have prayed that this can come to a resolve for the both of them, because I've talked about this on a number of occasions, and I was just saying that I didn't feel that Cardi B was ever going to have peace, because she's going to continue to pursue something that she can't really get from someone that doesn't have it. And she's being taken advantage of by her attorneys, because they're going to make sure they're getting their billable hours. And I feel that they're seeing her as a lick as well, so that they can get those new offices and all the other things that they want to do. Because a lot of these attorneys, listen, if you're an attorney, you listen to this, I don't mean any offense by this, but I was a legal assistant for 12 years and I know of what I speak. There's a lot of attorneys that I just do not respect, because a lot of them are ambulance chasers. A lot of them, they rip people off. A lot of them, they do not do the work for their clients. I've been on both sides of the aisle, and it's about money for them. It's not about the win for you or whatever. Yeah, they want to have the wins on their resume so that they can demand higher billable hours and higher retainer fees. And a lot of it is a ripoff. And I just felt like Cardi B was wasting her time and money pursuing it in this way. Can't those two come together and try to resolve it? Because listen, when the two parties, if they can come together and resolve a matter and X out the attorneys, they don't benefit from it. And a lot of them would discourage it because they want to get more money. It's not because they're looking out for your best interest. So I hope and pray that Cardi B can have a conversation with whoever, whatever God she serves, whatever she believes in, as well as, you know, whoever is in her close inner circle, because they probably won't be happy about it either. But I do believe in giving people grace. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this clip.
Her today. This is what I said to her. And I would say this to the winos. Please put your shit to the side, because you don't understand. We got more mass shootings by kids. Kids are being influenced by these caricatures online. And I know that Cardi understands that a lot of the brand was a caricature, but who she is not that. That's not the woman that parents her children. That caricature of a brand that she has is not the woman that parents those kids. You can tell a lot about a person by how they parent their kids. I asked her and I sent her those messages. It was 3, because I said I started this platform to keep people out of depression, and I misused it a lot. And I had to go through what I went through by being stripped down and humbled and fucking corrected before the world, right? I said, but and let me read to you verbatim what I said. Hold on. And just to let you know, she has the messages. She's seen the messages. But I need you guys to understand that we don't encourage people to do that and to kill themselves, because you have to understand it's kind of like no difference than ISIS telling people that it's like cult behavior. What you say and people that follow you will do that. And I told her, listen to me. I don't give a fuck what you got, what you going through, right? I said this to her. I said, just in case you want to see, this is it. I said, she wrote, I wish I was dead. I just want to put a bullet in my head. Should I kill myself? This is a few days after her birthday. I remember what it was like to have that feeling come over me for my 40th birthday, realizing that everything that I worked for was probably a failure, and that's not why I started this platform. That's not me. My ego will get in the way and be like, you know, that's just all of us being the pettiness, but no. I said, hey, Cardi, if you put a bullet in your head, who is gonna teach me to be a better person? I said, please stop posting stuff like this. I'm gonna pay you. I said, FYI, I just can't afford the $4 million. I know the brand looks like I have $4 million. We do a very good job at that. But we're preparing for when we get the millions. And I'm glad that, you know, a bankruptcy court is scrutinizing every single thing. Because I'm like, you know what? People don't need a finance lawyer. They need a bankruptcy lawyer, because a bankruptcy lawyer takes something that's destroyed and they rebuild it. Like it's like taking a house and teaching you how to build a house from the ground up. That's what this bankruptcy has done for me, was literally saved me from what athletes go through, you know, what people in the entertainment industry go through, especially when we're talented. And all I truly want to do is be talented. But God blessed me with a husband that went to school for business, that understands the production value side of it. And he's worked very hard with these white men who have been doing this 30, 40 years since this bankruptcy to understand how our business is supposed to be ran, how it's supposed to be structured, and how are we supposed to sustain our business in the event we get sued or we lose. Because there's 2 parts of it. You got to pay to litigate. And if you lose, you got to pay that too. And then right now we got a team of less than 10, but what if I got 100 employees that are dependent on me and we make a mistake? We still got to be able to run our business as Black people and creating Black generational wealth. When I tell you that I am so glad that this happened, I said, if you put a bullet in your head, Cardi, who the fuck is going to teach me to be a better person? I said, please stop posting stuff like this. I said, I'm gonna pay you. I just can't afford the $4 million. I don't have it. I know I look like I got it, but I don't have it. And your lawyers can dig and dig and dig and dig until they dig through the earth's crust. Please, we welcome that. But please know that is not on me. That's not on my expense. I don't pay for that. You do. And I don't know if they told you that. Okay? And I also said too many kids love you to be reading stuff like this that you posting, saying that you want to put a bullet in your head and you wish you was dead and should you kill yourself. I said, but believe it or not, Belle Calise, and I really had to put my ego aside to say this, because when people don't like you, they don't watch you. They don't watch you. I have to watch people. I have to watch people to teach us about people. I said, believe it or not, too many kids love you to be reading stuff like this, and believe it or not, I said, Cardi, I love you. That was the hardest thing for me to say to her. But it's true. I said, for leveling me up mentally and teaching me how to not misuse the gift that God gave me that people thank me for. And I said, now see you in court. We're going to court.
All right, so you heard what she had to say. And listen, guys, it's up to the individual listener whether they're going to believe it or not. And when you hear a little clip, especially a lot of the people who listen on the shade rooms and the neighborhood talks and places like that, where they're just going to play a snippet and they're not going to listen to the entirety of her full over an hour video. And I get that, because we live in a soundbite generation where people just want things quick, fast, and in a hurry. They don't know that this woman was talking about her family and just talking about how she's seen things in her lifetime that she never thought she would experience, talking about being molested and, and things like that. She went through a lot. Just like people like to say Cardi has went through a lot, she's gone through a lot too. And it really saddens me when people do not have grace and compassion, even when someone has freaking effed up. She's admitted to it. So it's like people want to crucify her and say, well, it's too late. Listen, those are the type of people that I really feel sorry for, because, listen, I get it when someone is still in the you know what, and it's like, okay, no, I'm not giving you any grace because you're still doing the freaking same stuff. But when someone has effed up and they have fessed up and they're like, look, I get it now, even if it was an expensive mistake, which this clearly has been. A lot of times we go through things in life. We're supposed to learn the lessons from it. And I believe that this was a huge lesson for Tasha at this point in time. And so she's going through a lot and she's learned a lot from it, but people still don't want to let her go. You have people in the comment section, girl, pay that money. We don't want to hear it. Are you depositing your check on the 1st or the 15th? It was just like, those are the people that I really feel sorry for, because God forbid you go through something. And listen, I get it. People are going to say, well, I'll never be in a position like that. It does not mean you would be in a situation exactly like what Tasha was. But I'm just basically saying we are all human and we all are capable of making mistakes. Okay. So to just basically not give her any grace, it's just like, okay, but I got it. Well, the only one that really matters about giving her grace, and we'll see if that happens, is Cardi B.
My friends always tell me this. They say that I am the toughest, weakest bitch. But my heart is very big. And I'm not going to make decisions right away about things. I'm not going to make decisions right away because I got burnt so many times in life. I don't want to talk to my friends because my friends are looking at me like, bitch, don't you fucking ever. I'm not going to talk to my husband because my husband is calling me a pussy. And I'm not going to talk to my fans because I know that y'all don't play about me. But I'm going to talk to my mom. I'm going to talk to my mom tomorrow. Because, let me tell you something. I could tell when somebody, my friends always tell me this. They say that I am the toughest, weakest bitch. But my heart is very big. And I'm not going to make decisions right away about things. I'm not going to make decisions right away because I got burnt so many times in life. I don't want to talk to my friends because my friends are looking at me like, bitch, don't you fucking ever. I'm not going to talk to my husband because my husband is calling me a pussy. Is depressed. I could tell when somebody is going through some shit. And I could tell when somebody just feel like they don't have nobody to talk to. Surprisingly, it doesn't make me happy. I don't want to make wrong decisions. That's why I just want to talk to my mom tomorrow. I want to talk to my mom. I want to talk to my lawyers. But stop hurting people. Stop hurting people. Take a breather. Think. And I'm not telling y'all this because, like I said, don't think that I'm like this type of person that is like, oh, she's so nice. Like, Cardi's such a nice person. Because, bitch, I can get real fucking nasty. Is depressed.
I hit her today.
Anyway, guys, so you heard what Tasha had to say and you heard what Cardi B had to say. And listen, guys, I think that Cardi B is getting it, and not just because of what Tasha K sent to her in that message, okay? But also, I believe that this is draining her. And I'm just going to share just a little snippet of a recent experience that I went through because God knows I have forgiven a lot in my lifetime and even in just my past recent years. I've had a lot of people in business. And when I say a lot, for me, all it takes is a handful, and it has been a handful. But I've had a handful of people, which for me is a lot of people in business, sabotage me, to steal from me, to take what I have, to profit off of it, to benefit from it. And it's really done a number on me financially over the years. And that shit hurts. It hurts because I tell people all the time, I'm more than just a business owner. I'm a human being. I have feelings. So it hurts me, in my feelings, but it also has hurt me financially because when people take stuff from you overnight unknowingly, and that's money and revenue that you're used to coming in, and then you're trying to figure things out, and I'm still having to push through and go through it with a smile on my face in public while probably crying in private and getting therapy and all types of stuff like that. It is not an easy thing to let someone go. And yeah, I could take these people to court. I could have taken them to court. And even recently, I had someone where I had an attorney draft up a letter and a cease and desist and a bill. And I reached out to the attorney after praying about it. And this just happened recently. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to not pursue it. I am going to send her a letter to let her know I am aware of what she has done and violating the non-compete agreement and the non-disclosure agreement and what she did. But I'm not even going to waste my time in court and going after her and pursuing her. I'm going to let God deal with her, and I'm going to let it go. And it wasn't easy for me to do that because it was just like, you get tired of people running over you and things like that. So I'm honestly, when I come and I speak about Tasha K in this situation, I'm honestly more of a Cardi B than a Tasha K, if you will. And what I mean by that is I would be the plaintiff. I would be pursuing the people that wronged me. But I still have compassion for Tasha K. I have compassion for Cardi B too. Because when I know that Tasha K doesn't have it, and I know that her lawyers are raking her over the coals. I know that the amount of money that she's paying in legal fees, and I know that they're not doing the work that they're doing, waiting to get paid like Donald Trump's lawyers. These people, they want their money payable in 30 days, if that. But I know that she paid them a huge retainer, and I know they've already blown through that, and they're billing her those billable hours, and they're making sure that she's paying those bills every 30 days. I don't want that for her either. I don't. But, you know, there are people that still don't have compassion and just like, oh, she's just doing this because she's trying to knock some money off of that judgment. She's hoping Cardi B's just going to drop the whole thing. People are going to think what they're going to think. And honestly, I just don't really care. I'm here to share my thoughts, views, and opinions on the situation. That's why I created my platform to speak what I want to speak, because I'm not going to go back and forth with anybody about this. This is how I feel. And I truly believe, not saying that they have to become best of friends, not saying that she's going to start bashing Nicki Minaj because she and Cardi B have come to a resolve to work this out. You know, because people think so small when it comes to stuff like this. This is bigger than blogging. This is bigger than blogging. And that's why I wanted to discuss this, guys, because you have to, if you have a heart, you really have to listen to the entirety of her video, because the video was not about Cardi B. That was just one segment of what she was discussing. She was speaking about her family and her brother going through her unfortunate experiences as a child and being taken advantage of by mom's boyfriend, and her event that she had, and how she's just continuing to press forward and move on through all of this. That is the type of stuff that really makes me admire her work ethic. I will never knock her hustle and her work ethic. I may not agree with everything that she says, but nobody agrees with everything that anyone says. I don't do what I'm doing so that people will agree with me. I'm just sharing how I feel about these situations. And I truly hope and pray, I really do, that Cardi B can find it in her heart to work this situation out. I'm not saying that she has to completely obliterate everything and just say, okay, let's move on, because there's some people that want to hold Tasha to the past and say, nope, it's too late. You should have took the videos down when she told you to take it down. She asked you to back then. Not everyone is in the place to receive things at the time that is being given to them. And that's what people have to realize and remember. You know what I mean? Someone may have wronged you and they tried to apologize to you at a certain point in time, and you were not in a place to forgive then, but hopefully you can get to a place where you can forgive before you leave this earth. We have to get to a place where we do not allow these situations in life to consume us, because life literally is short. I mean, they're still trying to find this man up in Maine that has gunned down over 50 people at this point in time. About 15 people have lost their lives, and that number is more than definitely going to increase. You just never know when your last moment is going to be. And I just really hate that the both of them are having to be consumed by this. Yeah, it could have never happened. We know this, but what's done is done. And I just feel that when we go through things in life, we have to take the lessons from them, whether we were the cause of it or not. I just believe that God is greater, and he is able to give us grace even in our mistakes. Seriously. So I just wanted to share my thoughts and opinions on this, guys. Let me know what you think about it respectfully. I am not going back and forth with anyone, guys. So please don't come here for that, because that's not the place. Take that to the neighborhood talk. Take that to the shade room. maybe even over on Armand Wiggins' channel, because I know he's probably going to talk about it. And I'm more, I don't know. But I am more apt to believe that if he does discuss it, he will probably beg and plead for Cardi B to not let this go, because he already said that before, because he hates Tasha K. And I'm subscribed to his channel and I like him, but I don't agree with him on everything that he says either. And I don't agree with Tasha K with everything that she says as well. But I just believe that even the art that he has against her, it's like, not saying that you have to move on and be friends with her, but you can move on and just release it for the sake of your own peace and growing, because he's grown over the years on his YouTube channel as well, substantially. But I believe that things can be even greater for someone when they just choose to relinquish the situation and say, it's just not worth it, and I'm just going to let it go. Because I believed Cardi B when she said, you know, a lot of my fans are not going to like it. A lot of my friends, my husband, whatever. So I'm going to speak to the people that matter. And that's my mom and my lawyers. So we'll see what comes of this, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until the next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.